Okay, welcome to episode 104 of the Epic Film Challenge. We went to the cinema today, we watched two films. We watched Immortals, which is this episode, and we also watched In Time, which will be the next episode. So, Immortals. It's about the gods and titans and all that, and I saw the trailer and wasn't really interested. It's like, just looks a bit too, hey, special effects and all that. And that is one thing I didn't like about it, was that there was so much computer generated kind of backgrounds that it kind of took me out of it a bit and just made me think, I think some of the shots weren't as good as the others, probably because they did the whole film and, there's probably not a single shot in the film that doesn't have a special effects shot in it. Anyway, quite enjoyed it actually in the end. It was entertaining. John Hurt was in it and he's awesome. I like the gore in the film. I haven't seen some good old-fashioned gore in a film for a long time. Some pretty brutal kills and stuff like that. Some nice shots. Some interesting direction, and yeah, just like this pretty good fight scenes and stuff. Mickey Rourke was very good as the bad guy. Played the part well, and it was a good ending as well. Overall, pretty entertaining film. Nothing amazing, but yeah, really enjoyed it actually. I'll give it a 7 out of 10.
I liked the trailer as well.
No, you mean you liked the trailer? I didn't like the trailer.
No, I liked the trailer as well as the movie.
Oh, right, okay.
Like you said, this and that was good. What I really liked about it was certain things, like when the gods were fighting, everything else slowed down.
Oh, yeah.
Whenever they hit them, they went in slow motion, but the gods kept going fast and stuff. And how gory they made that, but it wasn't like, ugh, gory. It was more like, huh, gory. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it wasn't like disgusting. It was just awesome. Because you didn't see like brain pieces flying. You just saw the blood. And with the Titans, they made their blood look black. That made it less like yucky. Yeah. Another thing I really loved about it was there was a few times where there were like the camera went over some kind of like building out onto moonlight skies and just the desert, and then the desert slowly turning into water on one side, and then suddenly like this mountain wall or whatever appeared on the right side, but the moon and the sky kept in the same place with the skies and everything.
Really cool transition.
Yeah, it was amazing. And another thing was...
Oh, just quickly throw in, one of the things that I mentioned, like some of the effects weren't as good, probably because they did the whole film with special effects. There's quite a few scenes where the water just didn't look that real. But yeah, anyway.
I guess water is difficult to do.
Yeah.
Another one of those shows where they had a shot on this man's head with a helmet on. Slowly, on the sides, it was like it was just being washed away by water, and then it just turned into water, and then his head turned into a boat, and people were rowing in it. It was so cool, the way they did that. I love the fighting scenes. I always love fighting scenes like that, especially if they're like impossible. Though it wasn't as great as I hoped it would be, I really enjoyed it. I'll definitely watch it more times before I die. Just not right away. I'll give it a 7 too.
Okay.
Give it a 7, right? Not a 7.5 or anything.
If you don't. One more thing I just wanted to add. There was a scene in that I thought was really good, where Mickey Rourke, who's kind of like the main bad guy, he guides effects and tries to join his like camp / team, and he's like, why would I want you if you're a traitor and everything. So what he does is he takes him on, but he has them scar his face with a knife, and they open his legs and take a massive hammer to his
Junk.
meat and veg, and but I thought it was really cool. Like the psychology behind that whole thing was actually really well done, because Mickey Rourke was saying how like basically he raped so many women that he sees his eyes in all of the next generation, which is really creepy, and that he didn't want this guy to kind of, have a son or anything, or have any more. He's like, your bloodline stops here, kind of thing. It was really interesting psychology in that scene. It worked very well. So yeah, pretty good film.